How big was it, like lengthwise?
It was 78.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, it was a fucking monster.
All right, welcome back to the fish tank. I've got Neil or Ginge, probably more professionally known as Fantasea Fishing, up in the Pilbara area. So I first met you 2 years ago, year and a half ago. So I was travelling around Australia, was driving through Karratha and stayed at a mate's house, and we sat down and he put a YouTube video on and it was you. And I was like, oh, who's this bloke? And he's like, oh, he's the king of Karratha, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, righto. So anyway, we're watching the video, and probably what Neil is best known for is catching big red fish, really professional sounder readings, and a very extensive knowledge of fishing that is not only about fish, tides, moons.
Species.
Yeah, like I'm pumping him up a bit, but he is a wealth of knowledge, all things fishing, and if you ever get the chance to meet him or chat to him, you'll learn more than one or two things. He's very, very knowledgeable on the subject and loves talking about it. So there's the intro, mate. But
You blew me up a bit there, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Like, you have definitely taught me a lot in my fishing career, which is only quite new, and I definitely look up to you, mate. So I appreciate all the help you've given me over the last 2 years, and yeah, you've taught me a shitload, so I can't thank you enough.
No, I appreciate you taking it on board as well.
Yeah. Anyway, enough sucking you off. So, yeah. First question I've got for you, which I do with every guest, is what's your best fishing yarn, mate?
My best fishing yarn? Well, I've had a few over the years, but I do love my bill fishing. I've got right into it from 2012 and doing the billfish shootout up here. It was my first year I've ever done it. I got to fish on a stray line with a good mate, Mick. It was a 10 kilo comp back then, and we had a crap couple of days. It was a shit weather window, but then the Monday really turned it on. It was just absolute glass, and we had a couple of live bait out in the end of the day, trying to get a sailfish or a marlin, and my livey went off at about 3 o'clock. What happened next was just, I still remember it vividly to the day. I clicked over the bail arm and this fucking head came out of the water that looked like 150, 200 kilo black marlin, which is not normal for around here. We get the small fish. And this thing just took off greyhounding across the surface in glassy weather. And every time it hit the water, it was just, looked like a 12-metre boat was going through the water, then had a bow spray. But we ended up fighting that fish for 8.5 hours. We didn't bust it off until 11:30 at night, and it towed us 20 nautical mile out past the Wandoo.
Fuck.
And my arms the next day, I looked like a T-Rex. I couldn't move my arms because I had to fight this thing all day. I was pretty stoked it was a 10 kilo comp, not a 15, but in the same regard, we probably would have got the fish and tagged it if it was 15, but that was probably my most memorable fish that I'll remember till I die, I reckon.
I've never heard that one.
It was a fucking huge fish.
Shit, up there.
Yeah.
That's
just out here.
Here?
Just behind the ships
not
here.
in Broome.
No.
Right.
Just here. I remember we got it to the boat, like almost in tagging shot, and it just took off. It went under the boat and jumped on the other side, and the whole boat almost hit the water.
So you almost had it.
Yeah, almost had it, and yeah, just.
You got a good look at it.
Yeah,
it was big.
It was huge. I remember the eye looked like
shit,
like a little mini bowl. It was insane.
Was it nice coming back in, or was it a bit grim?
I don't remember. I was so tired. I literally slept on the way in.
Yeah, right. So what setup were you using?
I was using a Saltiga 6500 Maverick, and just a 10 kilo rod. But
yeah.
So it was good quality gear, which lasted the whole 8 hours, but I definitely didn't.
Yeah.
I was very sore.
Did it just wear through at the...
We ended up just having to, because it was so late, we're running out of fuel.
Oh,
we literally come back and we had 15 litres of fuel left by the time we got back. It was a big day.
Far out. Pulled you 20 miles out.
Yeah,
halfway to the Monties.
Literally, yeah. We were just behind the islands, in between the ships, and we went past the Wandoo just following this thing. It was just a tank. It's a submarine. You couldn't stop the thing.
Yeah, on 6,500.
Yeah.
Was it nearly spooling you?
No, it'd run for like 100 metres and then just figure that it didn't need to.
And then you're just working so
We'd
hard.
chase it, wind all the line back, and just get straight up and down, and then eventually it'd swim up on its own to the surface. You'd think you get a shot, and then it'd just take off again.
Would that be a record here, you reckon?
It probably would have been a record on 10 kilo. It was huge.
Oh, yeah. No, well, they're out there.
Yeah, and since then, one of my mates, Jeff Lovell, he's really big on marlin fishing, and he's been getting the 100s, 150s quite regularly.
Yeah, right.
Every year now, so
there's a decent marlin fishery here.
They're definitely here. It's just trying to find the water columns or the water temperatures, the bait, and then pulling big enough lures. Everyone just pulls the small lures for your sailfish and small rat marlin.
Yeah. So what depths are you getting them in around Karratha?
We can get them from 18 metres all the way out to 60. So
right.
literally,
so still quite shallow.
As soon as you get behind the islands, you're a good chance to get a billfish.
Really?
Yeah.
Even the big ones?
Even the big ones. Well, Jeff got a 100 kilo black marlin in the billfish comp this year, and that was right behind the islands.
Really?
Where we were getting all the sailfish, he hooked onto this monster, and same thing, he was on it for 4 hours, and they just ended up busting it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Out where I first saw you when I was in Martini when I was up here, or?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, just
somewhere around.
Yeah, just behind Rosebery sort of thing.
Yeah, right. Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, there's big ones.
So yeah, I don't know much about the fishery up here other than you can get big red fish. And I was going to ask you this question a little bit later on, but we're kind of going into it now.
Yep.
I want to get a bit more off you about the Pilbara fishery, because my kind of, not expectations, but what I assumed when I was coming from the East Coast over to the Pilbara, like all you hear from the East Coast about Pilbara is mining.
Yeah.
That's it, like Pilbara Minerals, FMG, or like Fortescue, all that kind of stuff. But I was like, oh yeah, I'll get over here and I'll be somewhat of a desert, and I thought it was all inland.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know.
Yeah.
Because they don't talk about it that much. Anyway, you get over here and there's beautiful scenery, there's these like iron rusty looking mountains, it's green when it's raining, wildflowers, it's actually quite a beautiful place. I didn't even realise I was on the water. So I want you to talk to me, as we just kind of briefly touched on, about the fishery here. Like, what can you get? Because I kind of know now, but for the people that haven't been over here, just give them a bit of a brief summary of what you can actually access here.
It's probably Australia's biggest hidden secret, I reckon. Like everyone, same thing, thinks mining hot. Last summer is hot.
Yeah.
But wintertime here is literally paradise, and you can catch pretty much every species that you'd want to catch in Australia. So offshore we've got your reds, saddletail, largemouth nanny guy, coral trout, Rankin cod, all your pelagic species, so you get sailfish, black marlin, wahoo, yellowfin tuna sometimes, we get Spanish mackerel by the thousands, all your long-tailed tunas, mac tuna, and then you can come inshore and still get giant trevally, still get your coral trout, queenies. You can go up the creeks and get barra and jacks and finger mark. Like there's literally, inshore as well, you're getting yellowfin whiting, flathead, brim.
Yeah, I heard there's a pretty good whiting fishery here.
Yeah, absolutely. Not that I fish for them very often.
Nah.
I'll go catch bait for you, coral trout, but we've literally got most of the species that you'd want to tick off, and they are in abundance.
Yeah. Not monsters for some varieties as compared to the East Coast, but then there's others which are bigger. So it is a bit of a different fishery in the sense of size. Another great thing about WA, which a lot of people on the East Coast don't know, is that you don't get ciguatera over here.
Yeah.
So you can get like donkey, wahoo, Spanish mackerel, trout.
Chinaman.
You can eat Chinaman. This is one actually. Can you eat red bass?
Yep.
You can?
You can, yep.
Right.
There's literally no ciguatera poisoning over here. We don't have the anemone that creates a toxin.
Because I caught my first one at the Monties last week. I caught two of them. Yeah, they weren't that big, just like a little tuna size.
Yep.
Went hard as, and I was like, I reckon I can eat this. Yeah. But I'm not sure.
They'd probably be good at that size.
Yeah.
I caught some monsters at Glomar, like up around 8 to 10 kilo, but
yeah, that would go.
I wouldn't eat them ones.
Yeah. They're the craziest looking fish, eh?
They are.
So angry looking. But yeah, so there's that all in the fishery, but then some other stuff which you love as well. Blue swimmers.
Oh yeah.
Muddies.
Yum.
Like, It's crazy the amount of stuff you can get here, and I'm sure there's a lot of other like mollusks or other types of oysters. Like
Oysters, crayfish, you got your ornates
Crays.
and painted. The diving around here in winter is incredible with the clarity of the water, but summertime is a complete write-off.
Yeah. Why is that? Just too hot, or?
Too hot, so you get too much algal bloom. So as the water heats up, it creates less oxygen in the water, and your plant growth just seems to
It's just murky.
up.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that. So winter is really get in the water.
Yep.
And then summer fish.
Yep.
Does that affect the fishing, the murkiness?
Not particularly, no. But you just need to go deeper. So I find that in winter time you can get reds and trout, trout everywhere, but reds, nannies in shallower water like 30s and 25s, and then as it warms up they tend to move out a little bit deeper because they're trying to get that cooler water.
Yeah. Do you find you're using bait more when it's murky, or jigs still work just as well?
I'm a dirty baito at heart. I use bait all the time.
They do. I check if there's fish down there with bait. I prefer jigging. I find it much more enjoyable, like when you get a hook strike. But I don't care what anyone says, you will consistently get bigger fish on bait.
Yep.
Consistently. But if you get a bigger fish on a jig, I reckon it's way more impressive.
Oh, absolutely.
And it looks sicker, and it's a funner fight from that initial strike. But you've got to get them to eat it.
I always have this thing, I'm going to go jigging for the day, I'm not going to take bait, and I always cave, always. I find that when you're going out there and you're just pumping spots and you're getting little perch and little rankin and stuff like that, I give it up very quickly.
Yeah, the tiny little cod.
Yep.
Yeah,
little hexies.
Yeah.
Oh, 50 metres is not fun.
Yeah. They hit it on the way down, you're like, oh, this could be something all right. And the first bite is actually decent.
Yeah, thud.
You're like, oh.
And then it goes,
oh. There's nothing there. You hope something big eats it on the way up.
Yep.
Well, let's wind it back a bit, mate.
Yep.
So, how old are you now?
Oh, 37.
37.
Ugh.
And you grew up in Perth?
Yep, down in Mandurah or South Yunderup, right on the river.
Yeah. So what are your earlier memories of fishing like? Did you have family influence? Were you going out with mates?
I had my dad to start with. He got me right into fishing, and then from like 6 or 7, I had my own boat on the Murray River, and I was out catching bream, netting the river for mullet. I was a little menace, absolute little menace. I remember almost catching a dolphin once. I was not a good kid, but I've grown up from now. I've got more mature, and now I just love catching reds.
Yeah, yeah. That's your favourite fish.
Absolutely, reds and trout. They're pretty, they fight hard, they taste amazing, and they take good picture.
Yeah. So we've gone from the standard river. You get little flatties down there, don't you? But they're not like a real target, though.
Nothing crazy. Flounder,
bream, all that.
Yep.
And then when did you start heading out a bit wider, probably targeting snapper and dewies if you're down that way?
I actually didn't do too much of it down there. So I moved to Karratha when I was 13 for 4 years with my dad. Got into fishing offshore here. Moved back down to Perth when I was 16 and became a little prick again. I was more keen about chasing women than fish and drinking, but then I got a job at Tackle World Mandurah. Big shout out to Russell McCarthy and Taste down there, and that got me straight back into it. Yeah, I was chasing dewies and reds, dewies and snapper and mulloway off the beach, tailor, herring. Then the wife got a job here at Karratha, and I was like, let's move back, 100%. So we moved back up here when I was 20, got a job at Rio and haven't looked back.
Yeah. So tell people what the mining lifestyle is, because that's another thing from the East Coast. I know I'm talking about the East Coast a lot, but everyone on the West Coast gets it, and I didn't until I got over here. So if you love doing outdoor activities or just having freedom in your life, mining supplements that. So tell us kind of how you're able to go fishing all the time. Because when I first saw your video, I was new to WA, and I just saw this big fucking orange boat, and you had that many videos of you just going out and slaying all the time. I was like, how's this bloke do it? Like, is this his full-time job? But for a lot of people over here, you can make good money and do fun stuff, which gives you the best of both worlds, because, to be honest, the weather isn't good all the time.
No. So I literally work to support my hobby. Yeah. So I do an 8 and 6, or I'm doing 8 and 20 at the moment, which is pretty crazy, but the wife's working. But originally I was just doing an 8 and 6 roster, so 8 days on, 6 days off. And pretty much every day of those 6 days, I am trying to find a weather window.
Yeah.
If it's windy, I'm probably going to go crabbing or fish in a creek or something like that. But if it's good weather, I'm putting more hours on the boat.
Yeah. So how many did you do last year, or on the last engine?
The last engine was 3 years old, and I did nearly 1,300 hours.
Yeah. For a recreational fisher.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. And it was probably just as many hours on the Minn Kota at the time.
Yeah, well, that's another big thing, because we've done a lot of hours on our boat in the last kind of 4 or 5 months, but we always have it on where if you watch Neil, he will turn his boat off, set the electric up, which probably saves you like, what, 40% a day?
Easy. Yeah, if I'm sitting on spots without sharks, yeah, you can sit there for an hour. That's an hour you're not running your boat.
Yeah, and if you find like a good lump, you're there for 4 hours.
Yep.
Like, which is a dream, but
yeah, I probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah, destroy it. You know, like you find one where you get a few fish, take your photo, you know, mess around. Like,
yeah, you don't have to rush. That's the best part.
Where us, the engine like doesn't really go off because I've always got to back into it unless like conditions are prime. So really, your engine's probably closer to 2,500.
Yeah.
If you were to run it flat.
Yep.
Well, not engine, just time on the water.
And then I'd get a lot more. I'd get a lot more sharks too, because you got an engine always just thumping through the water.
Yeah, yeah. So we need to get an electric. Me and Neil have discussed that at length, but that'll happen.
Recon.
Yeah. So your old man got you into fishing. Then you went to the tackle shop. Is there any other like mentors that helped you with your fishing career, or was it you self-taught?
Mostly self-taught. From a young age, I just frothed it. So I'd read all the Western Anglers. Everyone probably knows them.
Just keep talking, sorry, man.
Still going?
Yeah. Just making sure I hadn't overheat.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd read all the Western Anglers. Every month they come out. Read the newspapers as well, and just figure out like where the fish are biting, figure out moon phases and tides, then fishing knots and what works for me, what doesn't, and then lots of people that you fish with over the years. Like I've fished with probably hundreds of people now. And just picking up from different things from different people. Like everyone's got a different way of doing things, and you just got to figure out something that works for you. So don't be so, I guess, stubborn in the way that you fish. Always be used to change, be available to change.
Yeah, 100%. Because even if you don't think it's going to work for you, it might be something that you try a year down the track when your things aren't working.
And it's good to keep in the brain too. Like think, oh, that's a crap idea, but then one day a situation arises and that's that moon phase, I might be able to try that, and if it comes off, then you've got something for next time.
Yeah. Do you keep a diary, or?
I don't actually. I've actually got a really good memory for fishing.
Yeah.
I can't remember people's birthdays and names to save my life, but I can go through my sounder and remember pretty much every mark, I remember what fish I caught there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was listening to another fishing podcast, a Tall Tale one recently, and they said there's an app you can get now where you log like, just write mull away, and then it will log the time that you caught it, the moon cycle, the barometer, everything in this thing. So you don't have to figure it all out. You just put it in, and then as you catch multiple of them, you can go back and kind of compare all the data that's already been input from this app.
Yep.
Which for me would be great, because I'm not going to look up all those individual things ever. Like, I'm just not. And over the years, I'll probably never do it. But I know if I did do it, it would help me out immensely.
Yeah. All I really look at is moon phase, tide, and then time of day, basically. Like, I love an outgoing tide up here, especially if it coincides with the morning bite. That's always seems to be my favourite time. Yeah.
Do you do much with the moon rising throughout the day?
Yep. So moon rise, and then moon set is probably your best times. As soon as it's straight overhead, you'll find your bite does slow down.
Same as everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. What do you... Oh, actually, this is kind of funny. First time I went fishing with Neil, so we went out on his boat. I was up here with the snapbait boys. And just as Neil was saying, you get a bit of information off each person you go out with. So this was my day. He's like, yep, just set up my bait cast. I set it up wrong. I dropped like 3 or 4 snapbaits straight into the water. I lost a heap of fish, and then I got heat stroke.
I was like, this guy's good.
He's like, he really knows what he's doing. But we had a good day. Ended up coming good and getting a few fish, but Jono caught everything that day.
Yeah, it's got some good reds, good trout.
Yeah. And in early as well. Like, we were done by lunchtime. But yeah, I was just like thinking after that, he probably thinks I'm a fucking nuffy, but. So, got the new boat.
Yes, finally.
You would have done the 10 hours on it by now? Or
I've
the 20
I've done 25 now.
Yeah. So, took it back in for a service, or?
Yes, the Sonny come in here and serviced it on Thursday last week.
Yeah. So let's talk about it, because he's done a few full-length YouTube videos where you can see the rundown and specs and all of his probably initial thoughts on it, but you've had it for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, since, the 1st of August just got here.
Run it in, had a trip out on the weekend with kids, so just getting a feel for a few bits of new technology. But yeah, it'd be good to look back on this in 12 months and see what your kind of thoughts are now to then.
Absolutely, yeah. But, I've been frothing. I haven't been able to stop smiling since I got in August. Yeah, everything that we got on it. We got the new Simrad NSS4s, the Recon up the front, which links in with the Simrad, which is amazing. The new Honda 350 V8 on the back, incredible. Seakeeper rides just got put on the weekend, so I've only had one little test drive with them, but that's going to be amazing, you can already tell. Wet sound system is absolutely killer. It blows your ears off, and so clear. Got the angle 60 under the seat there, just so we can have plenty of cold beers and food.
Yeah.
Not sacrificing space for beers.
Yeah. How'd the deck space go? Because it's it's like a charter spec boat, really. But you've had, how many were on it when you went out fishing with?
We had 6 of us on here.
Yeah.
When we took the Blue Dog guys out, and it was epic. So you had 3 down each side, and there was plenty of room to fish.
Yeah. It's a massive boat. So it's a centre cab walk around. How big is it? I don't know all the specs.
7.9 overall, 7 metre waterline, 2.7 beam, 20 degree dead rise, huge chines on it, 3.4 tonne loaded, I believe it was. So
yeah.
It's a big boat.
It's a beast. It's a head turner. It looks sick. Like, yeah, and it grows on you.
Yeah.
It definitely grows on you.
Andre reckons when it first came out of the paint shop, he was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Well, I like the orange. I don't mind that.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, like obviously it's exactly what Neil wants, so he's all over the moon. He's over the moon. But yeah, I've originally looked at it and I was like, I like the orange. And then it's grown on me immensely since then. So yeah, I'm actually quite a big fan of it now. Originally I was just in the middle. I was like, yeah, looks all right,
yeah.
But I love it.
Since the decking's gone on, like the Oki deck, that massive red is sick. But then all the signage and stuff down the side, it's definitely made it pull together, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's not so Larry, but it's good.
It's a very nice looking boat, and it's massive.
Yeah.
So we had the bar crusher. We've now got the, what have they called this one?
The Ocean Hopper, the 7027 Ocean Hopper.
We've got the Ocean Hopper. So I've got the Reef Hopper, which is like a miniature centre console version.
Not a miniature,
yeah,
it's still a good sized boat.
A medium sized boat. And then, what was the original plan of getting a bigger boat? Like, what were you like, bigger trips out wide, more options to fish with? What was the thoughts? Or was the bar crusher just ready for an update?
I always wanted an island hopper, like an island cab, sorry, a walk around. But every other company I went to was stupid expensive. I didn't get anything under 400 grand as a quote. But I wanted to be able to get up the fronts, especially when we do the billfish comp. It's a pain in the ass having, especially if you've got 2 fish on, to fish from the back because the fish go in opposite directions and you're trying to hold a rod around a cab. So having the ability just to run up the front, chase a fish down and have the other person down the back, just put a tag in real quick while it's on the surface and then shoot off to the next one.
Yep.
Was a massive help. And then, yeah, just for the kids as well. Like, they're getting older. I wanted the cabs to start with. That's why I went the bar crusher 730, so the kids could just run up the front, chuck them on their iPads, and they didn't really care. But now that they're getting a lot older, all they did was sit up the front.
They love it, don't
they? You couldn't wipe the smile off their faces. They just wind in their hair, acting like little puppy dogs. Yeah. It was brilliant.
That's mad. Has Jen been out in it yet?
Not yet.
Oh, really?
She is filthy, filthy. I've been told I'm not allowed to take anyone else out until she comes out.
Yeah,
so.
That's fair.
So I'm going out on Monday with her.
Oh, that's good. Where is going?
Probably going to chase a sail. She's never caught a sailfish yet, so I'm going to go out just past Rosemary and go pull some gars around and see if we can get her onto a starfish.
Sick. All right. Any fishing goals for this year or for the rest of your life in terms of, is there a fish you want to tick off?
Heaps.
Or is there, well, let's be very specific then.
Yep.
Because there's probably quite a few. If there was to be 3, as in it could be a red of a certain weight or a species you've never caught before, or it could be something weird. Like I was talking to a bloke the other day, he wants to catch, you call them like microbills or something, like he wants to catch a marlin that's under a foot.
Oh, really?
That was like his goal. I was like, right,
of course, starfish that big.
Which is kind of cool, but I was like, yeah, I don't know how you're going to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, life goals.
Yep.
And next 12 months. So I like doing this with people because I'm like, have a look at it in 12 months, see if you ticked it off.
Yeah. Well, the next 12 months, like I've talked to you about, is heading to Rankin Bank and getting dogtooth tuna.
Yeah.
That's very, very high on my list. And then a swordfish, hopefully out of the Pilbara here. Like I'd love to get behind Rankin, get into 1,000 metres and catch a sword on the same trip.
Yeah.
That would be elite. And then bring it back to the Pilbara to weigh it in, because I think I'd be the first amateur person to weigh a swordfish in here.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple. Like I'd love to get a massive yellowfin tuna in Exmouth, get one of those 60 to 80 kilo models that they get in summertime, and then massive red.
Yeah.
Like it's always a goal. Bigger red.
Yeah.
I'd love to get to
constantly.
Yeah. My mate's just bought the Telemac fishing and camping store in Carnarvon. And they get some really big reds off there behind Dory and Bernier Islands, and I'd love to get down there for a 5-day trip and just camp on the islands, catch some big crays and just put the time into finding some 15 to 20 kilo reds.
Big cray tails as bait, I reckon.
Ooh, not allowed to use them as bait.
Oh, I know. Right, don't do that.
Hint, hint.
Yeah, there's a few, because I think you can do that. Well, I don't even know if you can do it on the East Coast, but I've seen they do it overseas when they're chasing the big red snapper.
No, the Pilbara snapper.
Yeah. Because their mouths are just hectic.
Largest tropical snapper in the world. They're huge.
Yeah, like a red bass kind of looking thing.
Yeah, on steroids.
Yeah. So when's Rankin Bank happening?
Yeah. It's just about getting the weather window, really. Like, every time you've had the weather window, I've had bloody kids. So
oh, no, not for me, just for you. Just
no, I know. I wanted to get out there with you. Like, we'd go 2 boats out there, but just every time I've got the kids at the moment. So I really need to focus in, just take some time off, I think, around October or November when we get those really good weather windows.
Is that when it is it?
Yeah, like a week at a time. Hopefully pick the right, get a good moon phase for it, but hopefully, within the next couple of months, I want to do a full send out there, because we're going to do a Kimberley's trip next year. Yeah. Like you guys, so I really want to get some fuel stats of a bigger trip and find out what we need to take. Yeah.
I'll get all the spots for you out in the Kimberleys, mate.
Yeah. I've got some local knowledge, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, sick. So I went out to Rankin Bank last fortnight. I went out to...
I was filthy.
Yeah. I'd just been to the Monties on my own, and then I was like, Neil messaged me and he's like, you're going this weekend, and I'd just been fishing for like 4 or 5 days straight. Hadn't even looked at the long range forecast, which was 2 days ahead. And I was like, far out. What was it, like 4 knots every day for about 5, 6 days? Anyway, I was pretty busted, to be honest. We'd had a few big days, and anyway, long story short, I had to get everything ready in like a couple of hours and head out there. So I didn't really pack the right gear to go to Rankin Bank, and I had no intention of going out there. Well, not no intention, I just was like, I'm probably not going to make it out there. But I ended up making it out to the Monties. I think it took me like 2 hours to get out there the first time. I got out there in like an hour and a half. It was just that flat and conditions were so good. And then Rankin Bank is another 40 miles past the Monties. So the Monties is like between 40 and 60 miles, depending on where you launch and if you go on a straight line. And then Rankin's, I think it's like 42 or something past it. So you're nearly 100 miles out. Anyway, I got there the first day a bit late. Just had a bit of an eco tour day because I got out to the Monties by 1, and then if I was going to go fish, my spots were like an hour and a half away. So just had a look around. I was like, well, I'm just going to go to bed at 6, and I got up at 2, I think, and just went to Rankin Bank. And I'd been on a boat, well, my boat, the week before with a mate from up here, and we went in the dark, which I love fishing at night and early morning. But there's so many whales here at the moment, and he was actually quite scared on my boat because he'd had a mate who'd run into a whale, and I think he passed away. So that was a bit of a, I guess, not an eye-opener, but just a bit more realisation, as I think when you're fishing, you can take a lot of risks and do some...
Get complacent.
Yeah.
You do it all the time, you get complacent.
Yeah, and I have been fishing lots, so what I've been doing has been fine, but yeah, I probably needed to take a step back. So anyway, I got up, but it was a full moon.
Oh,
so
nice.
It was so light,
Yep.
like you could see. Like I haven't put the video up yet, but I'm up at like 1 a.m, and you can see. It was crazy. It was so bright out there. So that's why when I got up, I was like, oh, I'm going to go, and I just kind of putted out there and didn't really have the gear for rank and bank for what I was going to try and do, which was to try and find doggies. I think I may have hooked one, but I don't know how they fight, except from videos I've watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I found a mark. I'm not sure if I sent you the one, which I thought felt like what it would have
Feeding
been.
on that bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not that one.
No?
There's another one where they're just kind of like stacked. It was like 80 metres. They were 20 metres off the bottom, stacked straight up, big arches.
Yep.
I don't even know if that's what they look like on a sounder, but I was like, I reckon that's them. Dropped down and just big turn, ran off like spooling speed, and then just busted off. I only had 6,500 reels, so
Yep.
you could get one, 100%, but the sharks were bad out there. So since being in Karratha, I haven't had too many issues with sharks, but at Rank and Bank,
It's horrendous.
they were big.
The more biomass you get, the
Yeah.
more sharks you're going to get.
Yeah.
That's why I look for such tiny little spots. 'Cause
Yeah.
The more fish
That-
you've got in one area, the more chance you're going to have sharks being there.
100%. And I've always, like, my best fish have always been off a tiny little lump where you can see like 1 or 2 good fish down there.
Yep. And that's when people miss it every
Yeah.
time. If you don't have your sounder set up perfectly, you're going to miss it every time you're heading out.
Yeah. But it is hard to find that. But when you
Yeah.
find them, I'm always like, I know. Well, not I know, but I get excited because I'm like, if I can just catch that one good fish down there, I know it's going to be a pretty solid fish.
Yep.
But yeah, Rankin trip was epic. Keen to get back out there. We'll be taking different gear next time and probably do more top water.
Yep. Trying to get a big wahoo, yeah.
Yeah, I think I lost a lot of fish out there, and pulled up like nearly 4 metre sharks, like big, like I'll show you the footage.
I'm busting that off for
Yeah,
sure.
well,
I've got no chance.
I'd crimped my jigs.
Oh, really?
For doggies, like,
Yep.
and I would just catch something crap, and then the shark would smoke it. So
Oh, no.
yeah, like I could bust it off, but it had already pulled 200 metres of line, and I
Yep.
only had like 3 rods, so I wasn't spending the day, you know. And anyway, that was my situation. Shit. And then I caught like a 1.4 metre cod and a 1.2 metre cod.
Oh, yuck.
That was my rank and bank experience.
Sore back.
Yeah, and I was already buggered, like, and I was just sitting there for like an hour. I was like, this is so sick. I'm having the best time, but I need a rest. So the camera just overheated and we've lost 10 minutes of footage, but we don't know what we were talking about. So I hope it wasn't the best stuff, but should be right. But we've got a fishing comp coming up here next week, mate.
Yeah, extravaganza.
So before we talk about that, you ran a fishing comp recently.
Yes.
So let's pump that up a bit, because it was a very cool idea, I thought. I wasn't here for it. I was at the Monty, so I didn't get to do it. But first one, tell everyone what your kind of idea about it is and how you think it went.
Well, it's bottom bash bingo, we called it. So basically, with all fishing comps that you do these days, it's biggest fish wins. And you get a hell of a lot of bycatch that gets thrown back, or a lot of smaller fish that you normally keep, but everyone just upgrades and just keeps wanting to find that bigger fish. So you get thrown back and you'll get a lot of mortality rates from the fish that you throw back, especially in that deeper water. So the idea between bottom bash bingo is you keep every fish that you catch for your bag limit, and then we go through, weigh up all the fish, and then we have like a bingo draw on the presentation night. So we'll just pull out a couple of numbers, and if those numbers correspond to the weight of the fish that you've caught, you've won $2.5 grand. So
Yeah.
I thought it was a cool idea. I had really good feedback from it, so we're definitely going to be doing it again next year. Bigger and better. Won't be so I guess sticky at some points, because you have to try and figure out who had the biggest, the right size fish. Next year we'll have like an Excel page, and
Yeah. Oh, so you were just getting it written on the phone? Or
We had it written on bits of paper, and we're like, oh, who had this
I
one?
can have it.
Yeah, and dragged it out nicely, so people had more beers. But
Yeah.
next year the wife's going to get involved and do the Excel page, so we should be able to tell us exactly who won straight away.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon that's such a good idea. As you said, people upgrade, which you're not meant to do, blah, blah, blah. But it means anyone can win.
Exactly,
Which, like, if you have done fishing competitions before, it is generally quite competitive, and there's like 3 or 4 boats that put a lot of time and money and effort into winning, and can be off-putting for other people in it.
Yeah.
Where this, anyone can win. And
Definitely
there's money up for
off-putting.
grabs. Yeah.
The amount of people that I've talked to that say they don't do comps because, we've only got a little boat.
Yeah.
We're not going to go out that far.
Yeah.
And that's the whole reason I made this competition. So it was cheap. It's only $50 to enter. Anyone in a 4.2 tinny could win $2,500. Well, the guy that won the $2,500 was actually in the William Powerfish tinny that they won.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that photo.
So he had a 4.4 metre side console, and they ended up taking out the champion Red Emperor and the champion Spanish Mackerel.
Sick.
So they won $3,000 to spend $100.
Happy days. And a bit of a presentation night at the end, which is always a bit of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Food, beers, lots of laughs, which was nice. And the main thing is, like, we had a heap of kids that came fishing as well, and that's probably my biggest thing for this competition is getting as many kids into fishing as possible.
Yeah.
If you can get a kid to win $1,000, $500, $2,500,
They're hooked, mate.
they will remember it for their life, and they all want to be going fishing every weekend, which is what I wanted to do.
Do you have little trophies?
No, we didn't, but next year I'm going to try and do trophies as well.
Get Architect to print out like a few of them.
That will be sick.
Yeah, that's sick. Like, and if you are in the fishing space, you get to see how many kids actually love it.
Yeah.
Which, like, I've got younger cousins, and I think my age group or generation was at the very end of that technology era. Like, it was starting to become big. Well, my brother's 2 years younger than me, and they had like iPads and computers and stuff all through school, where mine wasn't that big. I was from the country, so we didn't have facilities and stuff as much, but my age group was still like outdoor footy, cricket,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Where now, like, my brother and younger cousin, no, my brother's like wasn't like an iPad kid kind of thing, but he had a lot more technology than me. But then my younger cousins and that, it's all technology. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how I was seeing it from my lens. But then when you're in this fishing space, like, there are so many kids that love it.
Oh, especially up here.
And that's what you want to see, mate. Like,
Absolutely. There's nothing better than going down to the boat ramp to put the boat in. There's already kids down there fishing. And they're like,
what'd you
"Hey."
catch, mate?
Coming up and asking how you going and
They froth it. And like
asking
travel
for jigs.
Yeah, asking us. They love stuff. The one we get a lot when we're travelling around, if we're ever at like a public filleting station, you'll see like the family walk past, and then they'll send the kid. Oh,
we
like,
have some?
what did you get? Oh, I've never tried that before.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. And then they go and give it like straight to the dad.
Yeah. Good job, kid.
Yeah,
Good job.
Which I don't care. It's all good fun. But yeah, the next comp, mate. So we've got that on the 30th.
Yes.
Which is Em's birthday. So that's, I was like, do you want to do a fishing comp for your birthday? She's like, oh yeah, that sounds pretty good, but we're going to be in Broome. Run us through that. So you've had a bit of history with this one.
Yeah, so we're going for the three-peat this year. We've had some amazing weather in the last 2 years. It's just been glass, and it's absolutely blown its tits up now. We've used up all our luck, I think. But it's the same sort of concept as Bottom Bash Bingo, but so it's a bottom fishing comp, but it's biggest fish wins. So you get your Red Emperor, coral trout, saddletail, spango and black blue line emperor, Spanish mackerel, wahoo, cobia, trevally, pretty much all
of them, is it?
All
Yeah,
your main
right.
species, blue bone, and it goes on a point system, so you get a specific amount of points per kilo per species.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And you want to fill the boat with blokes then, really, don't you?
no, you want to have as least amount as possible.
really?
So 2 people is primo,
Why's that?
because it gets averaged out by how many people you've got. So if you get, say, 6,000 points, but you've
Yeah.
got 4 people on the boat, it's only 1,500 per person.
Right.
But if you only got 2 people on the boat, then you've got 3,000 points.
Right. But you can still only keep your 5.
Yep, so you're
Yeah,
going to have 5
yeah.
fish. Or your
And
5
then
demersal,
yeah,
which
yeah.
are that your Spanish, your wahoo, and your cobia. And then your queenfish and your trevally, you only have to be on a brag mat. And then they release, because no one wants to keep a trevally anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So what's the game plan?
At the moment, we're just going to hope that it's still going. They do have a high weather policy, so if it gets too windy, they'll restrict the nautical miles you're allowed to fish, and then if it gets windier again, they'll just cancel the competition. And at the moment, it's looking about 30 knots. So,
jeez, you wouldn't have any spots closer than 30 mile, would you?
I don't. I really
Even
don't.
40 mile.
I'm back to the drawing board, trying to find spots when it's 30 knots.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Right. Oh well, that makes it harder.
It does.
If you can win it in rough conditions, there's kind of no one can dispute it.
No excuse then.
Nah. Yeah. Oh, that's shit that it's going to be crap. Well, is there a make-up day for it another time, or is it just...
No, it's just a one-day event. And do they do an inshore one as well? So at least the people that are doing the inshore are going to win some prizes.
Have fun with that.
Yeah. I might change to an inshore and just go fish the creeks instead.
Yeah.
See
Take
if I
that
can
tinny out.
I'll take this, see if I can get a barra.
All right, let's finish it off, mate. So we've covered a fair bit today. I think it's been good.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it. Heaps of like knowledge in here, and yeah, Neil is a wealth of knowledge, as I've said a few times, and he'll help anyone out. He's up for a chat, lovely bloke. Make sure you follow his YouTube. It's where I've got, to be honest, most of my fishing knowledge from. Like really, he shows you how to read a sounder properly, which once you can do that, you like if you can read a sounder, you just have to spend time on the water.
Literally, no excuse from there.
Like you'll just find stuff the more hours you do, which is really what I've done. Like I don't have any other skills to like, and I'd say my skills at that are still low, but I just spend a lot of time, and then once you find something and you know it's a good read and you know what you're looking at, not necessarily, you might not even know what fish it is, but if you know it's a good read, even you spend time on that spot, you'll get something. Like, so yeah, he goes through all of that in detail in his video. It's very, very insightful, and you'll get a lot out of it. But I want to finish off with a couple of quick questions, mate. So these ones, I've kept it G-rated because some of the other ones I was doing, I was getting a bit raunchy and people weren't liking it. So I was kind of like, fuck them, but also we'll keep it nice because you're a family man. And we can
tell my kids to get this when they're 18.
Yeah, we can step it up for the next one. So no thinking, just answer.
Okay.
It's just going to be like this or that kind of thing. Okay. I know the answers to a few of these already, but maybe I might be surprised. And we've kind of covered a few of them already. Light tackle, heavy tackle.
Heavy tackle.
Fiberglass alley.
Alley.
Top water, bottom water.
Bottom.
Bait, jigs.
Bait.
Fresh water, salt water.
Salt water all day.
Pub feed or home cooked meal?
Oh, pub feed every day.
Sorry, Jen.
Yeah, Jen can't cook for shit. I have to cook.
Huge fish or a rare fish?
Ooh, rare fish.
Yeah?
Rare, yeah. I don't very often get stumped by fish these days, so to catch something rare or different, definitely.
Big fish in a little boat or big fish offshore? Onshore. So by land.
Big fish, little boat.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you do much land-based?
No. Not with this gut, mate. I get transported.
Now, we've gone with the Honda, but
Yep.
so I'm not going to even bring that into the mix. We're going to go Yami Merc.
I'll probably go Merc because my Yami was terrible.
Yeah?
So loud, thirsty. They're reliable, but I think every motor these days is reliable. So.
Yep. Any of the new ones are pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Sweet, mate. We've kept it G-rated. We'll get a bit worse next time.
We'll go OnlyFans next time.
Yeah. But yeah, Fantasea Fishing, Instagram. You're not on TikTok, are you? Nah. YouTube's a big one. And yeah, if you're ever up in the Pilbara, like, it is a great place to fish. It's a long way from anywhere, but Neil's probably the man. What, is there anyone else up here that does anything? You're really it, aren't you?
No, there's quite a few YouTubers now. So I've got my brother-in-law, the Pilbara Fish Show. Got Rowan Black, it's really good. There's a couple more. Solo Native.
Oh, the tinny one? What's a tough tinny? One tough tinny?
Oh, One Tough Tinny, yeah. There's quite a few of us now,
Yeah, right.
which is it's good. It's a good little community, which is nice.
Yeah. And the Pilbara is awesome. Everyone's friendly. Everyone here is trying to grind, and everyone loves fishing. Like it's just you drive past every house, it's just big boat.
Yeah. Oh, Webby's Weekend Adventures. He's really good.
Yeah. Cool. You got anything to say, mate?
No, thanks for having me. If you do come to Pilbara and you want to know anything, send me a message. I'm quite happy to talk about fishing all day.
Yeah.
As Twig knows, so
yeah.
more than happy to answer your questions.
Awesome. Thanks, mate.
You're welcome,
Well
bud.
Cheers.
Cheers.